Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to rank all of my highlighters that I have in my collection from best to worst, from top to the bottom. And I do have a lot of highlighters. I haven't been buying so much highlighters lately, but I have quite a bit of collection. I am more into natural highlighter these days. I love more of a natural highlighter than a blinding glow. But yeah, these are all of the highlighters that I have in my collection, and let's get started. My top favorite highlighter from all the highlighters that I have is this one. This is the B.Glam highlighter. It's a stick highlighter, and this is how it looks like. I have included this in my favorites video. I'll leave that link down here somewhere. So this looks like a glass skin highlighter, and this is what I have on my cheeks right now. It doesn't look like I have any makeup on whenever I put this one on, and it doesn't have any shimmer to it. It doesn't have any glitter to it. It just looks like my skin is just wet. It just gives that wet skin effect. So I love this highlighter a lot. So the next highlighter is this one. This is my second favorite highlighter. This is the Colourpop Super Chic highlighter. Oh my god, that I always have like difficulty in saying that. This is the Super Shock Cheek highlighter, and as you can see, I've already hit pan on this one. This also is so amazing. It looks very stunning, but I do have to say that this one is a little bit more blinding than this. This one is so natural, but this one is blinding, yet it looks natural on the skin. I just love the effect that this one gives. It's also a cream. It's kind of like a cream to powder kind of consistency. I love this. So these two are the cream highlighters that I have in my collection, and these two are the ones on like the first and second, because I'm loving cream highlighters. So my top 3 favorite highlighter is this one. This is the Makeup Revolution. This is the Maybelline highlighter, and it's the Master Chrome highlighter in molten gold, and this one is super blinding. It's definitely not anywhere near natural. It has this amazing squishiness to it. It almost feels like wet when you kind of press it in. You can see it, like it just has this wet kind of feeling to it, and that's why it doesn't look shimmery or it doesn't look glittery at all. And yeah, this is amazing. This is such a good highlighter, and also it's so affordable. I love this highlighter a lot whenever I want that blinding glow, but also it doesn't really sit on top of my skin. I don't like highlighters that just sits on top of my skin. Even if it's a blinding highlighter, I don't mind, as long as it just melts in with my skin and looks like natural. Next highlighter I have is this one. This is the 4th highlighter that I love, and this is the Anastasia sundipped palette. It's the sundipped palette, and it has this 4 beautiful shades right here, and I use these 3 a lot. It looks like I haven't used this a lot, but I do have quite a few highlighters, so I kind of rotate it and I use this a lot. It's an OG highlighter palette, but yeah, it's one of my best highlighters, and I love this more than the Amrezy one also because the formula here is amazing. It just goes on top of my skin like butter, and it's amazing. I definitely think it's worth the money that I spent on. So the 5th highlighter I have is this one. This is a single highlighter, and this is from GLAMAROMA Cosmetics, and this is exactly like the Anastasia one. It's the shade right here, and this one it's very similar. These two, the formula here is similar like the Anastasia one totally. Let me just swatch both of these side by side. This is the GLAMAROMA one, and this is the Anastasia one, and you can see these look very similar. The color is very similar. The consistency is very similar. These two are really similar, and this one was only for ₹350, and if you use my code you'll get more 5% off on top of it. So yeah, this one is very similar, and it just is so melting into the skin. I love this one a lot, and I don't have a shade name because they have only one shade, and this is a single highlighter. You need a magnetic palette to keep this on, so I love this one a lot. This is my 6th in rank, and this is the Gerard Cosmetics Baby Illuminating Facial Cream. It just says, but it's actually a liquid highlighter. It has this pump to it. I don't like the packaging of this because it's very hard to squeeze out, but this one is actually very natural. Even though it's a liquid, it doesn't have that glittery feeling to it. I don't like when a liquid highlighter is kind of glittery, but this one just looks like your skin. You can put this in with your foundation as well. You can put this as a primer too, so it's a very multi-purpose kind of a highlighter. I love this one a lot, especially because it's very natural. I put this in the same rank just because these two are very similar, and I don't find any difference except the packaging of this, because they feel very similar, they look very similar on the skin. This is the LA Colors highlighter in the shade Champagne, and this is the Amrezy one. This is very hyped up product, and I love this honestly, but I like the sundipped one a lot more. But these two are very similar. I got this one for 350 rupees, and this was around the price of 3000, so you can see the price difference. Obviously this is very pretty. The Amrezy one looks very pretty, but both of these look so similar, and they have this amazing feel to it. They don't feel wet. I have seen people say that these look wet, like these feel wet, but I don't feel the Amrezy one to be the wet kind of feeling, but I do feel that this one is a little bit more on the wet side. But this one, yeah, I don't feel like it's wet, but it definitely looks very wet on the skin. It doesn't look shimmery. Again, it doesn't look shimmery. And this one too, the LA Color one, sorry, the LA Color one is very similar. So yeah, both of these are on 7th rank, both of these. 8th rank goes to this one. This is the Nykaa Gliterrati highlighter. It's has this 2 highlighters in the same pan, and I think this was around rupees 750. It's a little expensive, I would say, but I love this one so much. I don't like the gold shade, but this shade right here, I think it's rose gold. Yeah, rose gold is amazing. Again, it's almost the same formula as the sundipped one. The formula kind of is very similar. So yeah, I love this one. I don't think so it's worth 750 because I only like this shade right here, and this one I can use this as a body highlighter, but on my cheeks it looks very glittery, and it kind of accentuates my texture. So I just love this shade right here. So I think it's a bit pricey, but since I have it in my collection, I would rank this as number 8. So the next highlighter I have is this palette right here. This is very dirty. This is the Tarte's Proclo palette, and I hope I can show this one because one of the shade is broken. This is how it looks like. The palette is very heavy and it's very pretty. So you get like a cream bronzer here, you get a cream powder bronzer here, and you get like 4 shades of highlighter. I hope you can see. Yeah. So this palette again, it's very stunning. You have this amazing 4 highlights, and these are very powdery, definitely, but they melt in with your skin really nicely. And the shade right here is very subtle highlighter. So if you are someone who likes subtle highlighters for day to day, or if you're someone who likes a blinding highlighter for night out, this palette is going to be amazing. It's definitely on the expensive side, but I do like this a lot. And favorite is also a palette, and this is the Gerard Cosmetics one. This is the Starlet palette, Starstruck palette. Yeah, so you have this amazing 3 shades. I don't use this at all because this is too dark for my skin tone, and these 2 are the ones that I get some use out of. So this is like a very pale kind of a shade, and this shade is more suited for my skin tone. but yeah, I just don't reach for it that much because I do have other highlighters that I love a lot. This is my 10th highlighter, favorite highlighter, and this one is broken. I was actually ranking all of my highlighters yesterday and this slipped out of my hand and it broke, so yeah. But this is a eyeshadow which is Miss Clair Baked Eyeshadow in number 13, and this works as a highlighter. So this has a baked kind of formula. It's very finely milled again. This is almost similar to the Gerard Cosmetics one, but yeah, I definitely don't reach for it that often anymore, just because again I have a lot of highlighters in my collection. I'm trying to go through everything. 11th highlighter is this one. This is the Maybelline Master Strobe highlighter. It's a liquid highlighter and I like it. It's very subtle, but I have only one issue with it, is that I cannot apply this on top of my foundation because my foundation separates whenever I apply this, even with a brush, a sponge. So I kind of apply this before putting on foundation and it looks very good, but I wish it could be like this one, because this one I can apply it on top of my foundation and it doesn't look patchy, or my foundation doesn't separate. So that's the only thing that I don't like about this. Other than that, I love applying this or mixing this with my foundations, applying this before my foundation. It looks really good. My 12th highlighter is this one. This is a Colourpop highlighter. It's a single highlighter and I don't know the shade name. I will definitely leave all the shade names down below, but right now I don't remember what shade it is. But yeah, this highlighter, as you can see, I have scratched it a lot just to get the top layer off, because I was feeling like this highlighter just looks so powdery on my skin, and I love Colourpop products, so I tried to make it work, but it still looks very powdery. Definitely not as before, but yeah, it's not the best highlighter out there. I spent like $8 on it. I really don't like it. I don't reach for it at all. I want to finish this up, or I would like give this out to someone, but yeah, definitely not my favorite highlighter at all. So the next I have is this one. I'm not going to open it because as soon as I open it, it's going to fall on me. But this is a highlighter I got from Makeup Revolution. It's such an old highlighter. This was my second highlighter. I remember this being my second highlighter, and you can see this is like the size of my head. It's so big, and I got this for around $750, $700, $800, those price range. At that time, I loved this highlighter. This was one of my favorite highlighters before, and I really loved it a lot. But right now, I have a lot of highlighters again I love more, and I got this like around 2016. At that time, this highlighter was amazing because there weren't many highlighters in the market, especially drugstore. So yeah, this was amazing highlighter back then, but right now I have a lot of highlighters. This is my 14th highlighter, and this is the AOA highlighter. It's the AOA Studio Perfect highlighter, and you can see this is like a gold highlighter. It will never suit my skin tone, and that is the only thing I don't like about this, is that it's not for my skin tone. And this one was only $1. I know the price amazes me because you get like a really good highlighter, but I don't like to use this as my highlight just because it's too gold for me. I can get away using this as an eyeshadow or a body highlight. I love this as a body highlight, by the way. It looks very good on my body during summers, but yeah, for my face it's too yellow and I don't like it that much. The highlighter I have is this one. This is the L'Oreal Lumi highlighter. This was my first purchase as a liquid highlighter. This is the first liquid highlighter I had, and this is so glittery. I don't like this at all. I'm just skipping this because I like to apply this on my body. But yeah, other than that, I hate this highlighter so much. It just looks like I have glitter all over my face, and I cannot rub this off. I cannot blend this nicely. I hate this. I just like this for my body, and it's a mess, and I would definitely not repurchase this again, and I would definitely never recommend this to anyone. This highlighter I have is a total disaster because it's the last I have in my collection, and it's one of the worst highlighters I have used. It's supposed to be a bronzer. It says coloricon bronzer, but come on man, this cannot be a bronzer even for Snow White. This is a highlighter and this is almost like a powder with some sparkles in it. It's so bad. I have never used this as my highlighter. I have used this once, hated it, used this twice maybe, hated it again, and I never reached for it because it's like a powder and it looks so chalky, so uneven. I don't think so you can get this anymore, thank God, because it's worst and it's such a big highlighter. I just skip this one because I don't know, I don't like to throw my makeup off, and I just like to hold makeup maybe, that's why I keep this. But yeah, I have a lot of highlighters and this video was long, I can say that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and yeah, I will see you all in my next one. Bye bye.